Hello everyone. I'm just trying to making sure can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Thank you so much for confirmation. Um, Welcome to my presentation. I'm Sumona Mumu. I'll be presenting today my research project on early drinking behavior and drunk driving among adolescents in the United States, 2021. I, along with my research supervisor, Dr. Ismatara Reena, has worked on this project. And to start with some background,
Sumona, can you please make it slideshow so it could be bigger and yes.
so motor vehicle accident is a major concern. It remained the leading causes of teen mortality in the US. If we look at the statistics, we can see that not for even teen, for adults, or overall, the first and foremost reason for mortality is accidental cause, and vehicle accident is one of the primary reasons for those accidental death. In 2020, 18s per day lost their lives due to road traffic accident in the United States. About 1/3 of the crashes involving the teen drivers had a history of drinking, and the cost estimate attributed to these motor vehicle crashes involving teen driver in the United States surpassed $40 billion. Um, our interest of drug here is alcohol, which is like the second most commonly used substance abuse globally. And adolescents have a higher risk of road traffic accident than adults at the same blood alcohol concentration. Since we are on that topic, I would like to discuss that for an adult age 21 or above, the recommended level of blood alcohol in the blood for driving is at least maximum 0.08 milligram per deciliter. However, the teenagers' brain are still developing and they are at high risk of being impaired for driving even at the minimum amount of alcohol as low as 0.1. So it can cause impairment of driving ability if the blood concentration of alcohol raises above 0.01 in adolescents, whereas it is risky at the level of 0.08. So alcohol can directly affect the brain and cause the risk-taking initiatives, loss of impulse control, decline in attention, coordination, impaired consciousness. Consuming alcohol prior to driving significantly elevates the risk for crashes among the teenage drivers. Drunk driving among adolescents thereby poses a significant safety threat, and it can cause mortality and also disability and injury in adolescents. So now I'm going to talk about the current legislation that are existing in the United States. As we can see, it is very strict at this point. In the 50 states of United States, including the Washington, D.C., generally the blood alcohol concentration level for adults are 0.08, as I was saying, but for adolescents, it is even stricter, like 0.001 to 0.02. A very, very, very small amount of alcohol can result in driving under influence arrest for a minor. And this level is even stricter for adults in Utah. They have a blood alcohol concentration limit for 0.05 gram per deciliter. Although we are seeing those strict rules and regulation, there might be some gaps in implementing this legislation, because the statistics here on the use of alcohol among adolescents are not looking very good. The prevalence of alcohol intake in the past month among the adolescents accounts for 1.8 million of adolescent population in 2021, which remains a significant public health challenge. In 2016, underage consumption of alcohol accounts for $17.5 billion, which constituted 7.4% of the total sales revenue for alcohol. On the top of mortality and disability risk, early age of alcohol onset consumption is one of the key contributors of the behavioral risks, alcohol abuse disorder, mental health problem among the adolescents, suicidal ideation, etc. And pre-teen drinking behavior is likely to be responsible for risk-taking behavior like driving under influence. We hypothesize in our research project that pre-teen drinking behavior is greatly associated with the drunk driving behavior. The interest of our research project is because of that. We have found little research has explored what extent early age of onset of alcohol use can impact the drunk driving behavior among adolescents, because the existing research on adolescent drunk driving are largely skewed towards they are studying on the driving age adolescents and how alcohol is impacting their driving ability or drunk driving behavior. But I think most of them are not taking the age of the first drinking into account, but we think that is very important because other scholarships of other groups of literature are strongly suggesting that pre-teen alcohol use are associated with risk-taking behavior like weapon carrying behavior, violence and suicidal ideation, and also some poor mental health. So our hypothesis is pre-teen alcohol use is probably significant for drunk driving behavior as well. Motor vehicle crashes, to sum up all the background information, motor vehicle crashes are the leading cause of death, and the alarming prevalence of drunk driving among the young driver is a key factor. Despite a comprehensive literature search, the existing pool for evidence falls short in addressing the relationship in pre-teen alcohol use and drunk driving among the adolescents. This study explores the relationship between the age of onset of alcohol drinking and the drunk driving among the adolescents in the United States. So we have adopted cross-sectional study, quantitative method of study for our analysis, and we have collected data from 2021 EO3 behavior survey. They have data for participants that are 9th to 12th grade adolescents age 13 to 17 years old. And the data are nationally representative, and the descriptive, we have conducted descriptive analysis with the demographic variable and the variable of interest. But we have got some demographic variable like age, sex, whether the participants is Hispanic or not, and what is their grade, what grade they are in, and also are they drinking in the past month? Are they drunk driving in the past month? And what was especially that was our most interested variable, that is whether they had started drinking before 13, pre-teen and post-teen. So we have conducted descriptive analysis on all of these variables, and also we have conducted inferential statistics to understand the relationship between pre-teen alcohol use and the drunk driving behavior. So our findings are like the mean age of our participants are 15.6 years, and 2.1% of the adolescents in the sample admitted to having driven drunk at least once. So Hispanics, older adolescents, and male has a greater prevalence for drunk driving. The overall prevalence for drunk driving is obviously higher for white adolescents, but if we look at the grouped percentage, then Hispanic has a greater prevalence on drunk driving. The result revealed a significant association between the age of onset of alcohol consumption and drunk driving behavior among the adolescents of the United States. Adolescents who reported drinking alcohol at an earlier age, like before the age of 13, preteen age were significantly more likely to report driving under influence of alcohol compared to their peers who initiated drinking at a later stage. And those findings are significant. So we can see the data from 2021 United States from EO3's behavior survey that in the past month alcohol use, 22% of the adolescents on the overall United States had past month alcohol use. In our descriptive analysis, we are seeing in our sample participants, most of the participants are on 15 to 16 years group, and male and female are really close, not that much of difference, but there is a sustained gradual increase in the level of grade. And of course, as I was saying, that Hispanics participants are less in the number as far as for the sample participants goes. But when we are looking at our inferential statistics, we conducted chi-square test, we can see that people who are Hispanic has a higher percentage, 2.8, than the non-Hispanic group. Non-Hispanic group has a 2% of drunk driving behavior, but Hispanic group has 2.8% of drunk driving behavior. And people who started drinking before 13 is like 9.1% of adolescents, and after 13, they are 35.5% of adolescents. So that is giving us almost half of the adolescents have started drinking already. And the people who are drunk driving, 2.1% of people, adolescents participants are already drunk driving at this point. So we can see that there is a gradual sustained increase of percentage of drunk driving with the age and with the grade. For 13 to 14 years down the line, 17 years as the highest participants, and from 9th grade down the line, 12th grade has the highest participants of drunk driving prevalence. And between male and female, as far as our analysis goes, male has the higher prevalence of drunk driving. And before 13, the adolescents who started drinking before 13 has a higher prevalence of drunk driving rather than those who started drinking after 13 or more. The number of participants is different from the rest of the group because I have not included the participants who had never drank before. Like those are who already started drinking before 13 and after 13. So existing research, there are not much research who are like studying the preteen alcohol use on drunk driving behavior, but we have found some research. They are like studying adolescents alcohol use and like drunk driving behavior. Fatalities related to alcohol impaired driving in the US have not changed since 1997. And alcohol use in adolescents are associated with like weapon carrying behavior, risk-taking behavior, violence, and suicidal ideation. There are some limitation that I would like to address. One is like, this is a secondary data analysis. We have collected the data from EO3's behavior survey. So oftentimes, due to the nature of the question, especially when you were asking people that, have you had been drunk driving? Have you had started alcohol before the age of 13 years? Probably this is for the sensitive nature of the information, there were a huge chunk of missing information. As far as for the, I remember I had to like omit 8,000 missing responses on drunk driving questions. And demographic information, we have not, since we have used that publicly accessible anonymized data set, we have not had access to very sure groups of some interesting other variables like sexual orientation and other races and things like that. We like family income, family size. These are also like interesting variable that we would like to want to see.
I hate to
So,
interrupt you, but we're at 15 minutes right now. So if you could
okay,
just last
yeah,
thoughts.
yeah, this is so my last thought is school-based alcohol awareness program for adolescents from an early grade with active parental teacher engagement are recommended, and healthy peers and family relationship building are a significant like positive predictor for preventing the alcohol use. And we would recommend some further studies to develop the intervention program focusing on awareness and alcohol prevention. And thank you for your attention. Thank you so much.